But they are going to put in new electric meters. They are going to have to put in new P-tax, and eventually they're going to have to put in new windows. But to pressure them to do that, what I'm trying to say first is look at the report, because they are committed to doing a lot of what's in the report. Number two.
Well, what if they don't do it?
Well, let me keep going.
Fine.
I need to interrupt you. Our protocol is I'm going to let the committee ask you questions first, and then we'll get to your proposal.
Oh, okay.
Because I think some of that will come out if we have more
Okay.
questions. For example, I'm going to jump in. Did you say earlier that the management did commit with that meeting with Squadron earlier last year?
We were
to replace the 4,000 units?
The chief procurement officer for LaFrac, who handles the acquisition of all hardware, did state at the forum that by this winter we would have all new P-tax.
And what are they stating at this point?
They're saying that they're still testing units and that they've installed 300 of them. They can order 300 at a time because they have nowhere to store them except the garage. And some people wonder, well, who gets these units? Like, why didn't the 95-year-old woman get it while a tenant I happen to know who's in eviction court was being evicted? She got 2 new units. So
they're doing it at 300 at a time?
well, they've only done 300 for the last 12 months. They only have 1 left.
And you don't have a schedule for the remaining rollout? Okay. Yes, I'll let you. Last questions or comments?
Comment. I moved into Gateway January 2002. And my bill, I have a 1-bedroom, and my bill last month when it wasn't cold was $300. I went to them, I'm going to take up the suggestion of negotiating, but I went to them and said, I'm under cancer treatment, my apartment is freezing, I have this tremendous bill, what can you do for me? The only thing they offered was to seal the windows, because even when you seal them, and I've experienced that, even when you seal them, it doesn't work. So I want to thank Glenn for leading the effort and getting us together to do something. Because
Tom mentioned.
Hold on, I'm going to interrupt. The committee goes first, please, and then I'll come to the open public. So please don't get frustrated, but we should go first.
And one last comment on the selection of who's getting the new units. I don't know what criteria they have. And my concern is that what they're trying to do is slow it down so that those of us that are stabilized will leave and the new units will be put into the new apartments. Because I am sure as people are moving out, they're putting in the new units. In the meantime, the rest of us who have been there for a long time have bills to pay. We're not getting the new units. And I did ask for one, and they told me they didn't have any left.
I just want to say one thing. When Tom mentioned his bill of, did you say $600?
Yes.
And you use your units very
Sparingly,
moderately.
yes.
I can tell you for sure that if his bill is $600 and he doesn't hardly use them, it would not, I personally would not pay the bill. It's inaccurate. It's either the electric meter that needs to be recalibrated or it's just a mistake. I wouldn't pay it. We're seeking legal counsel about the idea of the warranty of habitability. However, the landlord has told us that by law they have to have daytime temperatures of 68 degrees and nighttime temperatures of 55. And they claim they've never had a violation. So we do need tenants to start measuring the temperature in their apartments. Tom also mentioned a possibility of a rent strike. It's certainly a possibility if the tenants would get behind it and put all their rent in escrow as a statement that they're simply not going to continue living in a building that's flawed. It certainly would be the most dramatic possible action to take.
You're jumping ahead. I want to continue to go along with the committee. Dennis?
Well, I can empathize. I moved out of Gateway in '03. I lived there for many years, and one of the major motivators for me to move out was the ice on the windows and the heaters were inadequate. Winters were really tough, and so when I got the chance to leave, I left for those reasons.
Okay. No other questions for Glenn? Hang on. Jeff, do you want to go ahead? Do you have any questions or comments? Okay. Kathy.
I've also been a Gateway tenant since 1982, and I have 2 questions, both related to what the landlord's responsibility is to heat common areas. I heard reports over the weekend of burst pipes in the laundry rooms in 2 buildings, and the laundry rooms were frigid cold, and the hallways are frigid cold. And it's seems like the apartments are leaching heat, not only externally, but internally. And I remember early when we moved there, that those homes were heated and they were air conditioned, and I don't know what happened to that. So-
Some of the hallways have better ventilation than others, but they do need fixing. And if you read the audit report, it tells exactly how they need to be fixed, but they haven't been fixed.
No, I have.
Bruce, do you have any questions? I got a couple, Louis.
No, I mean, my questions will be answered, which is basically what the responses were from the elected officials, from Senator Squadron, from Speaker Silver, and I'm sure, and what we all know, what is for the recourse. So that's,
I have a couple of quick questions for you, Ron. It seems, in listening to you, that there are, in a sense, three problems. Two are very close. One is the windows need to be replaced. One is the PCAP units that are outdated in the system. And the third is the charge or the meter for electrical use. Even though they sometimes relate to each other, there are three different things that LEFRAC has to fix. Is that accurate?
Yes, they're testing new electric meters, they're testing new heating units, and they've even hired a firm to lay out for them some different options for window replacement. But our feeling is, it's nice you're doing all this research, but another winter is coming, it's already here, and the building simply can't cope with extreme weather conditions. And it can't cope with it.
Okay, all right, so we got those three down. Next, the question I have, the meters themselves, are they gateway meters or are they Con Ed meters?
No, they're gateway meters, it's a sub-metering system. They buy the electricity from Con Ed, they charge a small administrative fee, and then they charge the tenants directly for the electricity. But the fee you're paying is $600 is,
A large administration. Thank you. I would not call that small.
So let me ask one more question. Are there, right now at the Gateway Tenants Association, been meeting on, besides the meeting on Friday, last week you said, have there been any other open meetings with the Tenants Association?
well, we have a board meeting once a month.
Oh, you do?
Yeah, we have one every month.
Okay.
And we have sometimes open meetings. We haven't had one recently, but I get a lot of open emails
Of course.
and a lot of photos, and the problems are repetitive. It's the same problems over and over again.
Okay. I know you joined us a little late, Karen. Do you have any questions for Ron?
I wonder if you've heard in relation to the insulation, the heat, and all of that, about the ventilation system, specifically as it relates to, there's been a recent trend that I've noticed with smoke getting in the apartments, which directly relates back to lack of proper utilization of the air vents.
When I have brought this up numerous times, when odors and smoke and sometimes marijuana and dirt and
Pay for that.
and noise too. I'm told that the fans on the roof of the building are frequently maintained, and that obviously they're supposed to suck up